today I'm going to talk about how learning to see people realistically can help free you from a toxic relationship. But before I do that, in case anyone here is new to my page, my name is Lindsay and I am a coach and an energy healer, and I help women heal from toxic relationships so that they can feel free, happy, and empowered to reclaim their lives. And this week I'm giving away 3 free discovery sessions, and these are sessions where we go really deep into what you're struggling with in a toxic relationship or trying to heal from a toxic relationship, and we come up with a plan to help you move forward and take back your life. And you can book one of those with the link that I posted in the video description. Okay, so let's get into it. So last week, I talked about how letting go of hope in a toxic relationship can help you heal and move on. So I'm going to continue on that theme this week, where I'm going to talk about how seeing someone realistically can help free you from a toxic relationship if you are currently in one. So when we get into romantic relationships, we can sometimes put on love goggles, right? Most of us do. We see the person very romantically, like we put them on a pedestal, and it can sometimes become difficult to see someone realistically because we have those blinders on. You know, we tend to minimize the stuff that's not so good about the relationship or not so good about the behavior of someone because we idealize this person, you know, especially in romantic relationships. And we can also hold these beliefs that that everyone has good in them. Everyone is capable of changing. We can also say things like, he means well, or she has a good heart. And this can keep us stuck because a lot of these things have some truth to them. There is some truth that most everyone can change. And there's also some truth that everyone has good in them. But what it doesn't mean, and this is why it keeps us stuck, it doesn't mean that everyone has the desire to change or that everyone has a desire to behave in a way that is considered good and healthy. So again, just because we're in a relationship with someone and we see an idealized version of them doesn't mean that that is the reality of this person. So it's similar when you're in a toxic relationship and you are starting to see that, okay, maybe this is not healthy and you want to leave. It's similar to the giving up hope. What you want to do is you want to start to see this person realistically. Start to take those blinders off. Look at the good in the relationship, but then also start to look objectively about what this person you are with is capable of. Not in the future, but right now, or based on the past. And this can get difficult and sometimes emotionally painful. So as I always say, reach out for support if you're doing this because it can bring up some difficult emotions. But sometimes also in these difficult relationships, we can almost have sort of like a fantasy relationship that we're living with this person, where again, we're not looking at the things that are unhealthy about the relationship, and we're only seeing the good parts. So we have to start coming out of the fantasy, you know, and look at the situation realistically and objectively. And getting support is always going to be helpful in this process because other people can sometimes see things more objectively than you can, or they don't have anything invested in the situation, so they're not going to minimize it for you. They're going to lay it out for you very clearly what they see, what is healthy and what is unhealthy. So again, doing this is hard and it can be emotionally painful, but it's worth it because once you start to see the situation objectively, you come out of that fantasy and you see, oh, actually, maybe this relationship isn't that great. Maybe there's a potential for something better out there. And there's a transition where it's a little bit emotionally uncomfortable, but once you're free of that, you are then free to choose something different for yourself, to have a better relationship and not be living in what I'm calling like the fantasy relationship and accepting the reality of a person and not their potential or not what could happen if only things were different, if only they changed or behaved differently. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. Again, if you are coming on late here and you want to book a free discovery session with me, the link is in the description. All right, guys, take care.